Sashi Puki Jukshin Meto Tram Rira Lingshin Inde Genpadi Sangye Shindu Mite Uwari Jokun Namdak Shinla Juparsho Idam Guru Radhamanda Kamyatayami Sangye Chidam Soki Choknam La Jangchu Bardu Dagni Kapsuchi Daki Chunyen Gipe Sunamki Dola Benshir Sangye Druparsho Sangye Chidam Soki Chognam La Jangchu Bardu Dagni Kapsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gipe Sunamki Drola Penchir Sangye Druparsho Sangye Chidam Soki Chognam La Jangchu Bardu Dagni Kapsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gipe Sunamki Drola Penchir Sangye Druparsho.
All right then.
All right.
We had 3.5 objections to saying that the reason Arya Nagarjuna bowed down at the beginning of his text was to show himself an honorable person and also collect enough good karma to finish his book, okay? The first objector, whose name was Patsap, he said
it's because
it wasn't an intended thing. He had a burst of faith and he bowed down.
Yeah.
There was no conscious plan.
Yeah.
The second guy said...
Sabu from Tsangpa.
What?
He said that he gave a debate and he said, consider the Arya and his spiritual son, I guess they're not holy people because they're hoping for some reward for themselves. They're like business people.
He said there wasn't any... Each guy is saying there's no point to the prostration. There's no what do you call it? Purpose?
Mm-hmm.
There's no conscious purpose. They're not doing something. The first one said he just had a lot of faith and he fell down. He wasn't planning anything. The second one said, I agree he's not planning anything, but it's because if he had planned something, he'd be a businessman.
Right.
He'd be a Dharma businessman, trying to get something for a prostration. And the third guy said, you're both wrong. Arya Nagarjuna is a high being. He's like wrapped in emptiness all the time. He's not thinking, I want this, I want that, I want that. His mind is like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, got it?
Yeah.
And what did the fourth guy say? Why did I say 3.5?
We started with Shangtang Sakpa.
What is Shangtang? He said the same kind of thing.
Uh,
So we didn't hear anything specific from him. He's just thrown in with this group of bad guys.
yeah.
Group of 3. Now it's like 3.5 guys. Okay. He did the same sort of thing.
And we said there was something that you weren't clear on at the end of that. Something about he's using common knowledge but not one that I would accept. Is that what that definitely means? At the end of the paragraph before Shangtang? Because you said you wanted to look into it.
I would say it's just some kind of common knowledge statement, which is that everybody knows if you're deep within emptiness meditation, you're not going to be in any shape to make plans about what you want your prostration to accomplish.
Yeah, accomplish.
Okay. And maybe if we have time, we'll look up Shenno Daki Tenzin.
Okay.
Are you in the right text?
Don't scare me. I'm teaching the wrong text.
No, I just saw the numbers.
Okay.
Shenmajaki Tensi.
Our response to the first one was, which we finished, is you're completely wrong, because when you have a burst of faith and bow down, it's because you believe in the teaching can do something for people, and you want that to happen. Faith means you think something great's going to happen to the world.
Yeah.
If this teaching is taught, if this teacher talks, so you bow down to them in the hopes that they will teach and affect the whole world. So having a burst of faith is definitely not something without a purpose. It doesn't have a goal in mind. Okay. So that was the first guy. Now we reach the second guy. What did he say again?
Nipa.
Holy people don't bow down to get something. They're not like businessmen. Okay. The businessmen only do something to get something. Okay. Nipa ang mirikte.
Nipa. Secondly.
No, that second position.
The second type.
No, just that second position.
Uh-huh.
By, I forget his name.
Uh-huh.
Sabunere.
Yeah.
It's also wrong. Ang
Uh-huh.
is also incorrect because...
I'm sorry. Dampa Jawa Gangji Kyang Shin Din La Jukpa Tongwei Cheer.
Because, in fact, holy people, who you said never do anything to get something, always do everything to get something, which is to help other people.
That's nice.
Shenden.
They're always business people.
Yeah,
No
that's right.
problem. They want to help the world. That's their ulterior motive. Okay? Chawa Kang Chekyang, no matter what they do, they are looking at it as a way to accomplish the goals of others. Okay?
Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah.
The third idea that, he's so deep in the emptiness he can't think of anything.
Nyamshak to Chompe Cheer.
Now,
Yeah.
just because the capacity to make plans is wiped out in deep meditation, he admits it. Still, makyat.
It's not the case. It's not necessarily the case.
It doesn't make the prostration meaningless.
Yeah.
He used the Tengyur, right? Didn't he? Let's go back up there.
I think it was the second guy who used the tongue.
No, well, yeah, you're right. So, it's possible that in deep meditation you don't make plans, but that doesn't mean there's no plans to his prostration.
Yeah.
Okay? Kaba machun.
Yeah.
By the way, kaba machun means I agree with your reason, I don't agree with how you interpret it. It's true Nagarjuna was in deep meditation, maybe, but that doesn't prove that he had no plans for his prostration. Okay? It's true that in a deep state of meditation, you can't be calculating. You can't have a strategy while you're in deep meditation. But that doesn't mean when he goes and makes a prostration, he doesn't have a plan. Okay? So Kaba Machun means, I agree with your reason. He was in deep meditation. But it doesn't mean
prove
what you said it means. Okay? That's Kaba Machun. Okay?
And it says Jtop to Chompa Mi Jupte. So I think he's saying
So, you tell me.
after the meditation.
He's counterpoising Nyamshak and Jetop.
Yeah, right. Nyamshak is the moment of being in deep meditation, and Jtop is after,
Particularly
subsequently,
with the
direct perception of emptiness.
Okay, so while you're in the direct perception of emptiness, it's called Nyamshak. Samapati. And after you come out, but you're still sitting down, it's called Jetop. The aftermath.
Yeah.
Did you have a question?
Yeah, I was wondering, Nyamshak, if we could put it on one of the 9 levels.
No.
So general.
Well, okay. Generally, Nyamshak is a synonym for all meditation. Because what's it mean, by the way? If you call it equipoise, what are you balanced between?
Good.
Dullness
Yeah,
and
Chiva and Gupta.
Gupta.
You're balanced between being sleepy and thinking about what's for dinner. Distraction and sleepiness. Okay, so the word for all meditation is balance. I translate Nyomjuk as balanced meditation. But in the discussion of what's happening during Tonglam, these are two classical parts of the
Uh-huh.
experience. One is while you're in the direct perception of emptiness, and one is just after that. You're still sitting down, you're still in meditation, but then you're having these experiences like bodhicitta and stuff like that. The 4 Arya truths, 16 aspects. Okay, so our guy is being very clever. Okay, he says, you talking Nyamshak or Jaitom?
Okay.
You talking Nyamshak or Jaitom? If you're talking Nyamshak, I say Kyabamachun. If you're talking Jaitom, I say Dagmadum.
It's not true that while you're in the aftermath, you can't think about your goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Midru, Dagmadum.
That's what the Midru is. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The state of Jaitom doesn't obviate the
Uh-huh.
capacity to think about plans. So I say Dagmadum. But the state of Nyamshak does. But Kyabamachun.
Beautiful argument.
Yeah.
Okay. This is Gyaltsen-ji.
This
Yeah.
happened
He
like
spent his
a
whole
long
life
debate.
arguing.
This is the classic Diamond Mountain debate.
Yeah. Totally.
Totally is. You sing.
Can I read the next part?
And I say Dagmadru
Yeah.
regarding Jaitom, regarding the aftermath meditation, when he's come out of emptiness meditation, but he's still sitting, okay? I say Dagmadru because even at that point, he's learning Lamchas and he's Dorwang Dorjas.
He's taking on good things and giving up bad stuff.
He's doing what he should be doing and he's not doing what he shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
We have done those things which we
Ought to be doing.
Oh,
sorry,
We have done those things
we ought not to have done, and we have done those things which we ought. No, sorry. We have left undone those things which we ought to have done,
Right.
and we have done those things which we ought not to have done, and there is no health in us. This is the Book of Common Prayer.
Huh. This is the
Very
opposite.
beautiful.
Of that.
Yeah. During Jaitom, you can say he's back to performing spiritual practices that he should be, and he's back to avoiding unspiritual practices that he shouldn't be doing, even though he hasn't stood up yet.
This is still in Jaitom.
Still in Jaitom.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes what's the third one? Namdralam. Anyway, we'll talk about that.
Sorry. There's a third part of the Path of Seeing?
Yeah, that's a long story. Okay, we'll have to study it Navi Dharma. Then, Papa
didn't know
Yapse Che Chen.
Oh, then consider the Arya and his spiritual son. Pakpa Yobse Che Chen.
Yeah, meaning
Consider the Arya and his spiritual son. Arya
Meaning-
Nagarjuna and Arya Deva.
good. Nagarjuna and Nagadeva.
Uh-huh. Tokten min partel.
Wait, are you going up or down? See,
Oh, sorry.
See, they learned your thing where they go in the middle and they come back.
I wasn't even thinking about it.
Where do we usually go right after the
Tokten min
church?
partel.
It's sarcastic,
Tell.
it's down.
Yeah, sarcastic and down. Listen to the logician. Okay? Dongden Mayambata. Are you telling me they are unaware? Are you telling me they're like unaware spiritually?
Yeah.
Dongden means realize.
Tokten mayimba.
Dongden.
Dong.
Heavy prenasal.
Okay.
Dongden.
Tongden.
Are you telling me they're not like realized people?
Uh-huh.
Why? Gumeki Jawalan Jukbechir. Because they engage in activities which are gupa mepa.
Without purpose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do things that have no point.
Uh-huh.
Like whistling aimlessly as
Uh-huh.
you walk down the street. They would call that gupa mepa jawa.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you implying that holy people do anything without a specific goal in mind?
Uh-huh.
Okay? Because that's what it means to be unspiritually aware. Okay? Not spiritually aware. Right? Okay?
Uh-huh.
Then we said that a logical statement, a syllogism, can have 3 parts or 4 parts. What's the 4th part? When you,
An
a
example.
classic example.
Yeah.
For example, like a Kasa Momba.
Gonzag Mongba, a businessman. No.
Excuse me.
That's a
Confused person?
confused person. Yeah.
Yeah, or dark. Right?
Darkness. Somebody.
Yeah, a person who is spiritually dark. In spiritual darkness. It means just a very unaware person.
Uh-huh.
Nowadays in English you say they're very aware.
Uh-huh.
spiritually aware, conscious. We say conscious.
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
very
I say
conscious. They respect the environment. They eat organically. We call conscious nowadays. This means unconscious, not a conscious person.
Find that spiritual mind.
Literally a dark-minded person.
Uh-huh.
Literally confused. Okay.
Tawa ke lang dang so. Let's see. Tawa ke lang so. Is this the Sawa from before?
Oh man. Okay. Okay, I looked up Selwa and I spent some time on it.
Yeah.
I got a GSAL,
Oh.
which referred only to the second element, which here would be not aware.
Uh-huh. They do something without a goal, you mean?
No, just not aware.
Oh.
Like it's Jachichen Mitakte Chibichur.
Uh-huh.
Mitakpa is the Jupje Chur, the quality which we are trying to prove.
Right.
In the equivalent in a Tengyur is called the quality we're trying to disprove,
Right.
which is that they are not aware.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry. I thought that the quality we're trying to disprove is that they would do it with something with no goal.
Are you telling me they're not conscious?
Oh.
What?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wrote it wrong.
Okay. So the selwa here is not conscious, and it's supposed to not apply to the subject
Got it.
because it's sarcastic. Are you telling me they're not conscious?
Uh-huh.
So if I got it right, which I don't guarantee, the selwa here is not conscious.
Right.
Okay.
But what does this mean though? Tawak lang dang.
Telwa kelang. The fact that they must accept that the Nagarjuna Aryadeva are not, the Telwa is that, are not aware.
I see.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So Telwa Kelang means you've said it has to be that way.
Uh,
Okay, according to you it has to be that way.
Your position implies.
so what he's doing with this last sentence is basically summing up the debate in case the reader didn't quite get what he was trying to do with the debate or something like that.
Does it refer to only number 3 or does it yeah, I'd say he's summarizing all 3.
Yeah.
Let's take Nagarjuna Aryadeva. According to you 3 guys, they must be unaware people because they would do something without a purpose.
I could say something like that.
They would engage in a meaningless activity. Like just dull-minded people. Excuse me, but what do you call it? Retarded? What's the popular word now? Challenge.
Mentally challenged.
Mentally challenged.
Sorry.
Yeah. Something like that, okay? Okay.
So I could say something in the transition like, so the consequence is, or like the consequence that you'd have to accept.
Yeah, you've accepted this kind of telwa.
You've accepted this.
Yeah, according to you, this is a valid telwa. And also, according to you, they are unconscious people.
Right.
You know, because according to all 3 of you, they would engage in an activity without a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you've accepted this kind of thinking already. You know, when you're arguing against me, you're already accepting this kind of thinking. So I'll use it back on you. They must, because you're correct, they must be thick-headed people. Because they would do something, according to you,
Right.
they would engage in an activity that had no point.
Mm-hmm.
So he throws it back to them. You know, you wanna go this way? That's fine with me. So according to what you say, all 3 of you are asserting that there's no point to the prostration. Yeah. Okay, then you have to say that there are people who do something without a purpose, which makes them stupid. Okay, I agree. They just bow down for no purpose. So I guess they're like pretty thick people, right? Pretty stupid people, right? So he throws their tenure back at them. Okay.
Actually, he covered the Thalmadrup for the Jeto, but did he cover the Kyavamajung for the Nyamsha?
He mentioned it enough, according to him, enough. I agree that it's possible in a deep state of meditation and emptiness, you're not calculating the benefits.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't prove your conclusion that they had no calculations.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that's as far as he goes on that.
Yeah, that's
so
as far as
far.
it goes. Yeah. Yeah. That's
Maybe they'll duke it out
the
further
third.
on.
By the way, in their original argument, the implication was, if you're not in a position to calculate purposes, you're not practicing.
Okay.
Doing this and not avoiding this. That was, and so we said, yeah, okay, it's true that they are not calculating at that moment while they're in the direct perception of emptiness, the consequences of their action, but that doesn't mean they're not concerned with the consequences of their actions. Oh, sorry, that they're not concerned with doing the right thing and avoiding the wrong thing. Okay, that was the full argument, if you want the full argument.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so
About the second example for the businessman,
yeah,
you said the counter reasoning is they do have something in mind because for other people, right?
yeah, yeah.
But in the original, it said for themselves.
It implies for themselves, doesn't it? Yeah.
And so we didn't really disprove them.
Well, they never said the words for themselves. You see, here's the original argument. They're not nice people because they're hoping for something. He didn't say for himself.
mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Go up a level, okay. All right. Okay. Can we go here?
Mm-hmm.
Let's summarize where we are. Techak ni, as far as this praise and this prostration, okay, meaning chuju, right?
Mm-hmm.
Offering of praise. In the tupa, okay, in the tupa part, in the praise part, we're talking about someone who teaches dependent origination.
Uh-huh.
We're talking about eliminating stopping and starting. And we're talking about how they eliminate it. So, I wish I had the original. It's a little uncomfortable.
Oh, you want to see the 60?
The commentary, yeah, Guilt of Just commentary.
The scan.
The scan?
Yeah.
It's here.
I'm sorry, I don't have it.
I'm gonna have to show it to you guys because I don't know where we are on this right now. In fact, you're gonna want to. You might even have to go back a page, or I zoomed in on it so as you can see it.
Microphone on. Nobody's hearing anything else.
Oh God, I wish they told.
Oh, I don't
Oh
have it.
man, it's not been recording. Sound.
Oh, I had
No,
it.
it wasn't on.
Oh, that's a
We
nightmare.
might be able to wet it with one of these files.
Oh, that's cool.
It's not.
Yeah, they're not easy.
It's okay, man. It's not. Wasn't taking notes this time, but.
I'm taking the recording.
There are lots of
Oh,
recordings.
good,
I
good,
have a
good.
recording here.
I've got all my recordings up in Dropbox.
You look at my notes. Yeah, it's cool. It's easy to splice them. If
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
doing
that's
the
what we'll do.
video file together.
This is not the text. This is her text, I think, or something. Am I right?
Oh, I thought
No, that's it. But hold on, let me.
That's Guilt subject? No, it's not.
But it's like instead of.
That's her text.
Yes.
Okay, I'm looking
Oh,
for
I'm like staring at it. I'm like,
Sorry. I have so many things open on here.
I didn't see it in the Dropbox.
What were the three guys? Eliminating, starting, how they eliminated it, and what was the first one?
how they stop it.
How they stopped it?
Oh, the first and the third.
First.
First was what someone is describing dependent origination. Okay.
Is it this one?
In the prostration, we bow down to
Very well,
someone
Ruby.
who is
Rick, would you- Yeah.
speaking about
That's
dependent
it.
origination.
I'm gonna let him see that in a minute.
Whoa. This is optimistical.
Does that look right from across the room?
Was that in the Dropbox?
Yeah,
Okay, it is in the Dropbox. Okay,
I think it's the last file in your folder for
let me see
Third
what
check.
it
more
is.
texts.
Oh, there are a lot of.
Okay, it's okay. The typing's okay.
Thank you.
I will read it this way. In the praising part of the praising and the prostration, Tuchagni Tupa, okay? In the praising part, it's still not comfortable, but anyway, okay. Someone is speaking about dependent origination.
Mm-hmm.
Starting and stopping have been given up,
Uh-huh.
and there's a way in which the starting and stopping have been given up. These 3 points are described in this verse, okay? And here we go. So now, if I'm going to go through the meaning of the words of this verse, okay, I want to do it in 2 parts. First, I'll actually describe the meaning of the wording. Second, I'll make a defense against some, what do you call it?
Some opponent.
Some objections. Tsupapong. Okay, tsupang. Tsupapong. I'll defend us against some objections that people might have. Okay, here we go. First one. Chima means the latter or the last. Okay. Tik here means line. Che means half. So he says, okay, let's talk about the last half line. Okay, the meaning of the last half line.
Hold on, your son.
Starts with sik.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
Let's talk about the meaning of the words of the last half line. The last half line is I bow down. Okay, so he's gonna explore the word I bow down. Okay. Kanglana. To who? Okay, first question is to who? Who are you bowing down to?
The one who taught dependent origination.
Now, this is a tough sentence, okay? In reply, we're going to say, to the person that we can say is the Lord of the Able Ones, only because he teaches dependent origination. And because he's the Lord of the Able Ones who does speak dependent origination. Okay? Now, later he's going to make this distinction. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
If all you talk about is dependent origination, you're the Lord of the Able Ones. Okay? If you're the only one who talks about dependent origination, you're also the Lord of the Able Ones. Okay? Two meanings of kona. Yes?
I think Jetson Kappa had a book where he praises the whole thing's like a praise to the book.
Yeah, dependent origination. Yeah.
Is that Tendo?
Yeah.
Teppa?
Tendo Tupa, yeah. We translated and gave it out to you at Thanksgiving. Okay. Anyway, what it says right here so far is, I'm bowing, who are we bowing down to? To that person who we say is the Lord of the Able Ones, for the only reason that he spoke dependent origination. And we're going to bow down to the Lord of the Able Ones who did speak dependent origination. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And it'll be more clear in the next paragraph. Okay?
The Lord of the Able Ones who spoke to the Lord of the Able Ones himself who spoke to dependent origination.
This is tough.
JQQ.
The qualifications to be a Lord of the Able Ones. Yeah, okay? Being the Lord of the Able Ones itself, neat. Being the Lord of the Able Ones itself is something you establish by whether or not a person teaches dependent origination. Okay?
Yeah.
Why? Shenla Nupa Mepicher, because no one else has the capacity. Okay? So how do you get to be the Lord of the Able Ones? The Jokcheki Gyu, the thing which establishes that, is whether or not you discard dependent origination. Okay? So, by the way, in the verse, if you want to go all the way back there, it says, I bow down to the Lord of the Able Ones, the one who destroyed starting and stopping, to the one who used this method to do that, and to the one who spoke dependent origination. Okay, that's the original bow down.
So now he's just glossing the second to last line.
He divided it into those three parts. Yeah. Niente dang, rang sangye dan chandu semba nam kyang, tepe wambe tembe nila. I corrected it here. Okay. See here?
Should be tote.
It would have been tempting to say it was rock leban here somewhere, but you can get away with dog, okay? Niente, lower track people, listeners, 3 tracks, right? To Buddhahood. To Nirvana and 1 to Buddhahood. By the way, they're all called Buddhahood in his school. That's another story. Enlightenment, not Buddhahood. This track people, listeners, this track people,
Self-made
Buddhas, and this track people, Bodhisattvas, they can understand Nipa, understood object, dependent origination, okay? From the teachings of the Lord of the Able Ones, but Rangwan to Nipa me.
Wrong. Not independently. They cannot do it by themselves.
Yeah, they don't have the capacity to do that on their own.
Yeah.
Okay, got it?
Yeah.
Detana, therefore, to wang the drupa tenjung sung wang ngepala deciding whether someone is a Lord of the Able Ones or not, okay, depends on okay, BLTOS, deciding whether one is a Buddha depends on ascertaining, ngepa as a verb, not fixed number. Be careful, okay? Depends on ascertaining whether or not they are teaching dependent origination. Okay? If they're teaching it correctly, they're Buddha. If they're not, they're not. Okay, so deciding whether somebody is a Lord of the Able Ones depends on ascertaining whether or not they're teaching dependent origination. Okay. And then he says something. He said there comes up a very, what do you call it? Intriguing argument. An intriguing argument, okay? Because you can cut the sentence here, and you can stop it at Shina. Now suppose somebody says, okay, I'm sorry, let's glue the whole sentence together. I'm sorry, the whole sentence becomes Shina. Okay, you ready?
Just that. Okay.
So this whole sentence, Detana up to Shena, has to hang together. I made a mistake.
Okay.
Forget what I just said.
Oh, I'm with you.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so Detana, if what you say is true, okay, then deciding whether or not a person is a Buddha depends on whether or not they are teaching dependent origination. But deciding whether or not they can teach dependent origination depends on deciding whether or not they're a Buddha. Alright? They're not a Buddha if they're not teaching dependent origination. But if what they're teaching is dependent origination or not, you have to decide whether they're Buddha. Because only a Buddha can do it.
That's a problem.
So he says, Penjin Du. These two things rely on each other. Therefore, I say he's neither. Okay? If you can't decide someone's a Buddha unless they're teaching dependent origination, and if you can't tell if it's dependent origination or not unless it's taught by a Buddha, then I decide it can't be either one. Nika Mindu.
Cool.
It can't be either one.
Good call.
I'll say it again. If only a Buddha can say dependent origination, can describe dependent origination. Okay?
Yeah.
And if only by deciding whether they're teaching dependent origination they're a Buddha or not, it's an endless circle. It's a catch-22. New English expression, catch-22. It comes from a book written like 30 years ago?
No.
More, yeah.
Gosh, like
60 years
60
ago.
years ago.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's about the Second World War.
It means...
Joseph Heller.
well, I'll give you an example.
That's a gorgeous book.
If they tell you you have to join the army to fight in a war, if you agree, you're crazy. If you're crazy, you don't have to go.
Yeah.
But if you agree to go, you're also crazy.
No.
You think, what?
If you a catch-22 is if you're in the army and you want to get out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's sane.
You can get out if you're crazy.
Yeah.
But if you say you're crazy and
You
you want
can't
to get
get-
out, you can't because you can only be you would have to be sane to say that.
Yeah.
So there's no way to get out by using the crazy clause.
Okay, if you're already in the army, but if you start shooting your own people, then you're crazy, right? Then you can get out. But you wouldn't stay in the army unless you're crazy because you have to kill people. So if a person say, I don't want to be in the army because I don't want to kill people, they say, you're crazy, but you have to stay. I don't know, anyway.
That's a great book.
It's a great book. In the book, it's a rule in like the Army Handbook
Yeah.
that like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. But it became a phrase in English, like catch-22. You know, either
No
way
matter
you're
what you
screwed.
do. you're-
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's very common. Yeah.
Where does it say-
More famous than whatever.
Where does it say, therefore I say he's neither?
Hey, right here. I'll say, no, it's, therefore it's here, it's here.
But I mean, which, Nika, there it is. Nika Mijupo Shena.
I say neither one.
Nika Mijupo Shena. Got
I
it.
say if he teaches dependent origination, doesn't prove he's a Buddha. Okay, and sorry, and if what he and I don't know, he can't teach dependent origination unless he's a Buddha, and if he does teach dependent origination, he must be a Buddha. I disagree with both.
Yeah.
Okay.
I disagree with
If
both.
what you mean is that when two conditions depend on each other for being proved, then by the very nature, okay, neither one can be established. I agree with that. I agree with your principle that if one depends on, if perceiving one depends on the other, and perceiving the other depends on the one, then you could never resolve it. I agree, okay? But if you're saying in general, these two conditions are incorrect, I say kyaba machu. Okay. Okay. I agree with your principle, but I don't agree with it in this case.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's gonna say more about it, but you have to sit with this. Gyaltsab J,
It's tricky.
you have to sit with him.
Yeah.
Yenden shen ki mita partenjung suma kone topa chishena. So he's done with that argument in his mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why chishena? Okay. Why is it? Okay.
Uh-huh.
That you don't praise one because of other good qualities. Shenki mitoba.
Uh-huh.
Why is it you don't praise this person because of other good qualities? Okay.
But it only depends
And
on
why is it
origination.
you only praise them if they are teaching dependent origination?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay. Why? And my reply to you has 3 parts. Okay. Why don't you praise this guy because he has other good qualities like infinite love, for example? You know, why do you only praise to him if he's teaching dependent origination? Okay? And my answer to you has 3 aspects.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go at it from 3 angles. Okay? First one, you have to think about the nature of the person who's making the praise.
Uh-huh.
Who wrote the praise? Who's that?
Ari
No.
Nagarjuna.
So first of all, you have to have some sensitivity to, you know, the character of the person who's doing the praising.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Secondly, you have to have some sensitivity to the way nampa means the aspect of the praise. Okay, tupin namba.
Means,
You know, how is he praising? Okay, you have to have some sensitivity to how is he praising. And third, you have to have some sensitivity to the reason why he's doing the
the
praising.
cause of the praise, is that?
Yeah, the reason why he's doing the praising. Okay, these 3:
Mm-hmm.
the nature of the praiser,
Mm-hmm.
the feeling of the praise, and the reason he's doing the praising. Here's Dambo Nipa Sumba. Now he's got Dambo Nipa Sumba. By the way, why would the fact that the Buddha described dependent origination be particularly important to Arya Nagarjuna?
It seems.
Okay, got it? That's the point. Okay,
Yeah,
here you go.
yeah.
First,
The Arya himself, Dekonani,
the Arya himself,
realized such
the master himself, has reached Nyepa, okay, at a certain level of joy caused by perceiving emptiness himself. Okay. And he has sikpa, heavily laden word. In English we say laden word. It has piles of meaning on top of it. Why? Sikpa. What's sikpa's the honorific of?
Seek. See.
To see?
Chandra see.
What? It's the honorific of what?
Eyes?
Look.
What's the unhonorific
The non-earth
What?
of sik?
of Sikh.
Me?
Tong.
I thought it was Tom.
Yeah, right.
To see.
Oh,
Get it?
realize.
Tong?
Half a C.
Tong lam?
Yeah,
Okay. He has italics seen
got it.
that if you understand Dendel, it is the source of all good qualities. Jungne, akara, like ratna akara.
Uh-huh.
Okay. He has seen
Yeah.
that understanding dependent origination in the form of seeds coming out and creating objects is the source of all good qualities.
Mm-hmm.
And he's had that very enjoyable experience of seeing emptiness directly.
He says it in two separate parts.
Yeah, dung.
Uh,
Okay. That's the first reason why he wouldn't bother praising other good qualities of the Buddha. That's why he's focusing on praising the Buddha, because he taught how seeds make things. Okay? That's why he wants to draw attention to the person who taught that things come from seeds.
Is he saying seeing dependent origination or seeing emptiness?
Here is implied. It's implied.
he just says seen, right?
Just seeing.
Yeah, he didn't say emptiness directly
Yeah.
here. He just said, get it? See. But this is the Sikh in Chenmei Sikh, right? Who sees, looks down. Okay. So first of all, what was the question of the other guy?
Why is it that you only? Well,
Yeah. Why don't you praise this guy's other good qualities?
yeah. Why is it that you're only praising?
Why do you focus on
This
that
depends.
fact that he taught that the pen is coming from seeds? Why are you focusing on that? So, well, first of all, he had a pretty cool experience where he had a really cool thing happen to him about this, because he's an Arya. And secondly, because he realizes that if you teach someone about seeds, that's the source of all good qualities. So why talk about the good qualities that result from that? Why not talk about the thing that makes all the good qualities?
Go straight to the source.
Yeah, go to what caused all his other good qualities.
Yeah.
Okay, got it?
That's all part of the aspect of the Arya.
No,
Aspect of the nature
The
of
praiser.
the praiser. Yeah. Sorry.
So why this particular praiser of the Buddha focuses on teaching seeds that produce the pen? Why? Because the person writing it had a personal experience related to that. Okay? And secondly, there's a certain style of the praise or flavor. What is that?
Sungja tenjin rang shin gi ma kepa. Tati juma tamchi dang joa. De tunje du gyor pe yuntengi wang chuk tu gyor ro. Gyor bao. Gyor bao.
Sungja tenju rang shingi ma kepe. Tate tima tamhe dan tewa. This is tough. Sometimes they say ten jungi de konani, so get used to this expression.
Okay.
Yeah.
Especially Mr. Dependent Origination over there from Indonesia.
Just had
But did he?
Dekonani yesterday.
Sometimes they say ten jungi de konani.
He-
Ten jungi de konani. Okay?
Suchness of dependent origination.
The suchness of dependent origination. Okay? The suchness of the seeds. The emptiness of the seeds.
Oh wow.
Okay?
But that's not. I mean, are we looking at
Wait,
that?
we're getting there.
Ah.
Okay. So first try on those pants, okay?
Yeah. Sure.
The suchness of dependent origination. Now that could have a lot of meanings. One, it could just mean the marriage of karma and emptiness. Okay? It can just mean that. The marriage of the seeds idea and the emptiness idea. But if you want to go deeper, it's the emptiness of dependent origination itself. Okay? So when you put those words together, when you put them, what do you call it?
Conjugate.
Conjoin?
When you set two things.
A positives?
Anyway, when you put them on the stage together, these two guys, emptiness and dependent origination, okay, it can mean the emptiness of dependent origination, or it can mean the combination of the understanding of the seeds and the understanding of the emptiness, okay? And he's flirting with that concept here, okay? So, Sungja means what the Buddha was talking about,
Okay.
which is Tenjung,
Dependent.
dependent origination, is itself Rang Shingi Makye.
Or it's not coming from anywhere.
Didn't start on its own,
Yeah.
okay? The subject matter that the Buddha is being praised for talking about itself isn't coming from the Buddha. Okay? Didn't start by itself. Okay? Therefore, if you understand that, Tarta, we had it today in the DCI class, Tanzan Gitawe Chopa Mingiro.
Oh.
Yeah, extreme view. Tarta means the two extreme views.
Yeah.
Either things come from themselves, or if they don't, they're not real.
Yeah.
Okay, those two views.
This person's separated from all of them.
Yeah, that stink, that stench,
The stench
that
of them.
fart, of those two ideas. Okay, I don't suggest you use that. To be free of that, since he is the person who teaches that, he is the Lord of all good qualities. Okay, he is the Lord of all good qualities. So, this is talking about. Now we can say tupe nampa. The praise itself has a certain taste. The praise itself has a certain, what do you call that in music?
Tone?
Tone to it, okay? You can almost say number to tone. What's the tenor or the tone of the praise? It's like it's all buttered in emptiness. I say buttered, Phil gets happy. Yeah. Me too. Anything that's
No,
butterable is attractive. Yeah. Did you try butter on top of peanut butter?
A couple more minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, about
Yeah.
12 minutes.
Underneath, yeah, right,
It'll
right.
take about 4 minutes extra.
Okay, so anyway, so this person that he's praising has to be the Lord of all good qualities, okay? Because he's the person who teaches a position which is free of all of the stink of extremes. Because what he talks about is a dependent origination which has never started by itself.
He's buttering it in emptiness.
Yeah, and in a way, if you want to follow that line of thought, what he's saying here is that the taste or the tone of this praise is that the teaching on dependent origination didn't come from the Buddha, coming from my seeds. Like, that's really powerful. Okay, so you're supposed to get this little taste. The taste of the praise is that the Buddha teaching dependent origination itself didn't start from its own side, it's coming from us. Okay? Very powerful.
Yeah.
Okay? That's why we praise him, because he taught dependent origination, because the teaching, because the dependent origination he taught is buttered in emptiness, or the fact that it didn't come from itself.
Whoa.
Okay? Gyaltsab is off the charts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's kind of deep.
Okay.
That's pretty amazing. And so it's not really in the words, right? But it's kind of just in the meaning. What he's.
Yeah, now, third thing we're supposed to consider
Okay.
is, why did he bow down? Okay? Why did he bow down? To beg you. Sorry, why did he praise?
Okay.
What was the cause of the praise? Sumbani. Lopan tenjun shepa shepa dang te tumba podashi shepa kopitipo. Because what the master, Nagarjuna, has agreed to do is to explain himself dependent origination. Okay? What the master himself has shepa, here it means agreed to do and not agreed to a philosophical position. Okay? What he has, sometimes I translate it as Dain, D-E-I-G-N.
Yeah.
What he has, Dain means when a king
Right.
says, okay, I'll have tea with you. It means agree, but from a very high place, like, oh, thank you so much. You know? So he's agreed to teach dependent origination, right? So he should, at the beginning, make some kudos to the guy who started it
The
all.
guy who went that way.
Okay, if you're gonna write a book about, I don't know, football, you have to praise the guy who started football first. You see what I mean? So he's just showing respect to the source of dependent origination, okay? So that's the cause of the praising. Why is he praising? It's illogical. Why? Because he's going to talk about dependent origination. So before he does that, it makes sense that he would talk about how cool the guy who started it was. Got it? Okay.
That's Buddha, right?
Okay, guys, we're
Say
about.
again?
That's not Buddha himself, right?
Yeah.
So
Well, if they're
deigned
talking
is-
about.
is-
Sorry, go
Oh,
ahead.
I just want to say deigned is to condescend. So I
Yeah,
don't think
it
you
does
want to
have
use
that
deigned.
tone.
Not necessarily.
No, it doesn't.
It
It
does.
can have that tone.
It can have,
Yeah, it
No,
often
but
does.
not all
It's
the
just
time.
something that one considers to be beneath one's dignity.
When you no,
Yeah.
but when you
No,
like in
that's
the
right.
Christian prayer book, which is where I grew up, you who deign to look upon us, it doesn't mean.
And when a king condescends
More like holy
to speak
actions,
with you,
no?
it's an honor.
Well,
That's
the
an
word
okay.
condescend always
Well,
implies
it didn't say
Negative.
no,
that
it
feeling,
said
but deign doesn't always.
which is
No.
necessarily.
It's used in Christian for you didn't have to pay any attention to us, but you did. Thanks a lot.
Is it
Using
DEIG?
deign or condescend.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. This is amazing.
Is that it?
Well, we gotta go. We gotta go downstairs
Oh.
The other one is that has been.
There's no
Unless you wanna-
non-archaism of deign.
because we have 11 minutes
There's
till.
no non-archaism
The
of
next
deign.
class
It
starts.
has the archaic meaning of condescension.
You guys can debate
It
it.
does have.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, it does have that.
It's not meant to have a derogatory
Yeah.
sense. Okay.
But it does.
I don't.
Sashi
Bugi Jushin Metocham Rira Blingshin Yende Gebadi Sangye Shingdu Mikte Uwargi Drokun Namda Shingla Chuparsho Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamyatayami
Gewa
Geokun Sunam Yeshe Tsokshing Sunam Yeshe Lejungwe Tabar Kuni Tobar Sho Omahum